So what a welcome from friends, family, unit, colleagues. Firstly though, before we get play underway, the formalities, the appreciation from everybody and connection with all the service personnel watching this from around the world. Big thanks from everyone lucky enough to be here this afternoon. As I say, 46 men playing for their families, friends, units and services around the world, reconnecting wherever you are this afternoon. Repeat or revenge? Good start from the young man. Comes back in to take the ball. Rugby wants it. 5 metres from the line. The Navy pressing for the first score. And it's there! You can't believe it. It's not, is it? It is. Jack Wright is in the inter-services. Inside 5 minutes, he's got 5 points. What a start for that young man.
But it couldn't have been even more fairy tale for the young man who gets his start today. He's on the ball after that throw. He stays strong. 9 goes in there just to try and take it, but they walk round the corner, just roll round the edge of the Army defence, and they actually spin back in. That's a great spot by the hooker. Young lad, that's going to settle his nerves.
In sport as well, not only have you got to be technically good, but I think you've got to settle your emotions. He didn't change the result in Plymouth, and I think it would have been a big deal if it had. But you know, for his own sake, I hope he sorts it out today. But as an Army fan, I don't mind.
You can see
good work.
He goes. He's had a bicep injury that he's only just come back from. So how his stamina reserves are, it'll be interesting to see later on in the game. What a blow from Craig Duncan. Duncan working his way up the left, trying to take Davis, gets the ball inside to Rigglesford. Big opportunity here for the senior service. The Army getting across to make desperate tackles just short of the try line, but here they come again. Jack Wright held up over the line, so it'll be a goal line drop, but there was a great break from Marine Craig Duncan, the Navy.
Really dangerous runner, and it's a surprise to see kicking loosely at him. You know, I think that's come from the Army's intention to play with some width, but not actually having the players. You know, Jack Johnson looked up for someone to pass the ball to and had to choose to put it on the toe. So he'll hopefully get a few more players in position and try and get to
kicking from hand is going to be critical when you look at the Navy back three.
I think we've got Al Glixton on.
Yeah, who is a very experienced operator, of course, and began last year's game in the 9 jersey. Ramakita weighing up his options, testing out that fringe defence, as is Rigglesford, and finding holes step after step, and it's going to Papalo Tukali. And the senior service have 2 tries inside the first 10 minutes, and the wind, pardon the pun, is blowing only one direction. Early stages of this year's Army-Navy match. Opportunity set up by both the halfbacks.
Yeah, it was indeed. It was slightly tested out. The defence went through, and then Rigglesford with that little snipe. Army just getting too wide on that, over chasing. Rigglesford goes through. Lovely step off his left, and what a beautiful line by the big blind side as well, going over. Fantastic try by the Navy.
Well, Jordan got lines this one up from a similar position to that first kick. Mikey McDonald is being stretchered off on this near side. We'll make that a sweet start for Dave Pascoe.
Make sure that wing is onside out.
They'll be raising a beer down the M5. There's the Taunton Titans captain.
That's a great kick and a great offload. Let's see if the Army can capitalise on some fun football.
Showing the Titans captain on the scoreboard. Now, what have the Army got? Just taken 2 slaps in the face inside the opening stages of this. They need to get A, the territory, and B, preferably the points. Brixton and Johnson, the new hinge of the team in red. Nayalo,
Release!
been such a prominent performer for the Army, and of course with Coventry in the Championship.
Yeah, he's a man mountain, he really is. He'll interest 2 or 3 defenders every carry and hopefully free up some space.
There he is again, winning his 20th IS cap this afternoon. Matt Dawson, another who's been showing very well for his Civvy team. Cambridge benefiting from his industrious work in the back row. And as they mentioned earlier on, Dawson is going to be covering hooker should it be needed.
And getting it deep into the Navy half, but then still playing through Jack Johnson rather than throwing the big boys off the edge and trying to capitalise on that. Jack Johnson's got his hands on the ball a lot.
Stay high! High!
Hayler with the acceleration from the base. Again, the Royal Navy captain leading his team away from danger. Quick transference, low, and Raumakita. Out it goes to Ben Chambers. Good to see Ben Chambers club all those years ago. Well, Chambers was the third of the trio. Good width from the Navy. Army tackles just falling away. And Rigglesworth is through. 3 tries inside the quarter of an hour for the senior service, and the defending champions have come out of the blocks at some pace.
They've been outstanding, haven't they? They have blown the Army away in this first 15 minutes. Runners taken out defenders, but it all started with the number 8 Hayler, who got them on the front foot from a great strong scrum, and it was quick play from them that just got the Army disorganised, but lovely little ball through the hands. Nice offload to Rigglesworth. I think it was Dobson who got the ball away. Rigglesworth just goes through, 2 attempted tackles, but he's already over.
Nails his first conversion. Will Reeve. The Army are looking a little shell-shocked. I know we've only had 15 minutes. And wherever you may be, I know our man on the social media, Julian Evans, has been picking up the messages. Julian, what have you got?
Yeah, thank you very much, Simon. Yeah, watching from sunny Palmer, go Navy. That's from Mark Watkins. Mark, I think they can hear you because the Royal Navy have raced into that 17-0 lead. We need some cheering from the Army. If you do want to get in touch, you can with our Forces News YouTube channel and also Facebook. But yeah, keep those messages coming. Back to you, Simon.
Yeah, thank you, Julian. The Army trying to pick up the scraps at the moment with the way that the Navy tackles are going in. Bukala Tukali almost standing in the way, but here comes Dawson. Now, what can the boys in red work in this position just outside the Navy 22? Good leg drive to get them over that white line. Counter-rucking going on.
the halfway.
Johnson just looks and sees his second row out there.
Release!
Just needs some cool heads in there now.
Advantage is over.
Experience there.
Release and roll.
From Qorowale. Dawson.
That's fine.
Gets the ball out to Horner, but again the Navy tackles, driving in and getting the call. Well, all going the Navy way right now.
Almost dead cert, they're going to go to hand.
Taken back in the half.
Well, certainly the line-out's working very well for the Navy with the young man Jack Wright doing his job in the set piece so far. Here they come, getting round the corner.
Good work,
with
thanks,
the
Five,
former
good work.
Boston Rugby Club, well, centre
Tackle!
back
Come
rower
on,
he
come
was
on.
then. Army will not be stopping right now.
I think Jordan Gott's at the back.
Away!
Oh, it's
I'm
not
trying
Gott,
to work
is
out
it?
who it is.
I think it might be Jesse Lowe then, yeah.
Jesse Lowe.
The inside centre
Flat.
back.
That's a great ball.
But here come the Army. Radiana Rover can't present the ball back, and it's Toots who picks up the scraps. Rigglesford got trying to work that wrap round to get Chambers into the flow. Out it goes to Dobson. Dobson outside Davis. Dobson going for glory. He's did it against the Ram. He's done it against the Army. And now try number 4 is over the line for the senior service. What an opening it has been from Dave Pascoe's men. Delirium within the Navy ranks. They can't believe what they're seeing.
Full play off that scrum, 8 to 9 out the back, 12 runs a hard line. Scott passes it out to wings, full back in play, and then it's just an easy run in for the speedster. It goes down the 22, steps in, beautiful try. They're just getting so much width off that ball. I think the Army are a little bit narrow on that.
We've looked a bit bright. We've had the ball into their in their half colour times and chased well, but we're a little bit careless, and they're absolutely executing. So yeah.
And you've got some great leaders out there, and they'll be, fully behind their men.
Yeah, and a strong bench. So we'll see what happens. Long way to go yet.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Well, leaders was the key word I think that Tim Osman said there. The leaders have got to come to the fore now. Make sure that the Army just get there going, because they won't feel like they've fired a shot really, much as they've been inside the Navy 22 a few times. They haven't really pressurised that blue line defence.
The best, but it will soon be 30 minutes, 35 minutes on the clock. So we want to get something.
Austin in the vanguard as the red machine tries to locate the gears. Disrupted by their opposite numbers. Going anywhere fast. Advantage though is there for the Army.
New advantage!
Pick up round the corner and the try is on. Well, it's taken 26 minutes for the Army to break the bagel, but they've done it, and it is that man Senetiki Nayalo who uses that not inconsiderable bulk to break through the blue line, and at last the Reds have got points on the board.
And although we weren't able to get over the line, the boys managed to find some shape, and it's not a surprise that Big Shane finds himself at the bottom of that ruck, dotting over for 5 points. So they'll be really pleased with that. As you said, that's a huge weight off their shoulders.
There you go, Shane Jr. Your dad's on the board for you. The first try you've ever seen him score, I dare say, and at a very, very important time for his team. The important thing is those 5 points are up there, and the next 10-12 minutes of this first half before they hit the arches. Be very interesting to see now how both teams react. Will that spark the Army into something a little bit more cohesive and a bit more threatening with ball in hand?
What he could be having. And Steve Laurie, go Navy. Yeah, Steve, they're hearing you. As I say, the inbox on social media is dark blue at the moment.
So far, if you have a blue tinge. High shot call from referee Tempest.
It's going to pay dividends to the Royal Navy writ large.
Again, the line out works well. Again, the drive comes on, and again, there's nothing that the Army can do to stop it. Advantage call is there. I don't think they need it. No, they don't. It's a handful of tries for the senior service, and normal service has been resumed once again. Oh, it can't be, can it? 2 for the new number 2. You're kidding me.
Just look, his arrows are straight in. Does he get the A? He's got the transfer, he's got it in his hands there, just rides through. Big second row's taking him over. He'll owe them a beer later. Great work as they come round.
What's your call, Rocket? Looking to say.
Got the wrist.
I'm okay, mate, thank you.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see the wristband on him.
Smile, son. It doesn't get much better than this. Aircraft engineering technician Jack Wright in the 845 NAS. They will be in delirium now. Scott adds the extras, and all those in red are somewhat subdued once again. Well, the end of this season, I'm not sure the exact date. Jesse Lowe, another one, he's going to Australia. Pete Austin, well, we don't know whether he's going to be around again. He told me last year he wasn't going to be, but I think the pain of defeat was an instigator in making sure that he had another go this year round.
Well, I wished him happy retirement 12 months ago.
Over 15.
The line out
Six
sets
out.
out well for the British Army. Austin
1-9. Break away! Break away! You know this.
trying to marshal that breakaway, but it's not getting far. Defensive work from the Navy pack, just stalling the flow. Matt Dawson sets it back. Brixton out to Nayalo again, trying to rev the engine. Army just going side to side at the moment before Nayalo decides to go south to north.
Keep it wrong side.
Dawson. Just edging their way towards that Navy try line, but they're making a little bit of progress. Nick Wilson-Murray was due to play last year, but then with the change of date with the King's coronation, his wedding took precedence, understandably. There's his back row colleague, Dawson. Babcock player of the match some, 6 years ago now. Navy sticking to their task, but there's a bit of impetus now coming from those Army forwards. Horner, no thought of a sidestep from the tight head, but the ball laid back for his scrum half. Roper stepping inside. Again, Dawson ducks his head and drives Roper down, taking a heavy knock back play, so the Army down to 14 at the moment.
Away!
No way through for Stu Cross, moving up into the second row
offside,
this
number
season,
two.
having normally primarily been a back row captain, of course, as he was
Number 2 offside.
last season. The advantage call is there for those in red. Horner into the last minute of this. They will go back for that penalty call. Here we go, big play, end of the first half. Dawson, and there's a block there, and there is the Army first half pretty much in a nutshell. Not able to make the most of opportunity.
You need to tap it. You need to tap. Oh, sorry, no.
Very frustrating.
Tech ball, it was a set play, so presumably they all knew what was coming. Now as Jack Wright sets up another line out, and again it all works. It's all working very well for the young man.
That's half time if you want it, lads.
I'm not sure whether Sam Matavesi is able to watch this as he's prepping for things in Ireland, but he will be delighted with the way that his understudy has worked and his team have worked through this first half. It's going to have to be a very new page of history that's going to change.
Certainly when you have 29-5 half-time scoreline, so straight away we can see something straight off the training ground, and maybe that's what they're doing, a bit of variety, expect the unexpected, give it to Big Shane.
And Nayalo it is who leads away and gets over the try line. That is just what the Army boys wanted in 75 seconds since the game's restarted. And it is the team in red who gets the first points on the board, and once again pays off for the British Army.
Beautiful try, wasn't it? Lovely, massive line-out throw over to Francis Kelly, who crashes it up, and then it's big carry from the talisman himself, Nayalo, for the Army. Exactly what they needed to do.
I'm just looking around the ranks and I can see the likes of Nyangi has come off the bench, and I know that talking to Tim Osman yesterday, he was really hoping that he could make a serious impression on the way that the Army play, a sevens player of some note. So it'll be interesting now to see how the Army look to set things up, having got that perfect start to the second half. Frank Kelly is still on in midfield, so presumably he's in for the long run. He's a big man. I was standing next to him pitch side before. There he is. He is a huge man. Conor O'Reilly gets the offload to his fullback. Davis nowhere to go, but presents the ball well for Glickston. Moment, he's back on his feet, but round the corner now comes Moretti. Davis steps inside, brought down by Rigglesford. Opportunity here, Conor O'Reilly on the charge comes Tichard Jones. How he would love to get over that white line. Nayalo is hanging out wide on the left wing. Borgia is back on his feet, but doesn't look like he's totally compos mentis, it has to be said. The Army forwards lining up for the next go at the line.
Police!
Dawson hanging out, but it's going to come out to Austin. Now there's width on it. The door opens for JJ, and Jack Johnson does get that second try for the British Army, and suddenly this game has got a very different complexion. Will, you smiling?
I am smiling. I'm gonna miss, but for him to touchdown, that'll be a really big confidence boost to him.
Ranks and a bit of chat. I don't think
Check what's going on with the head.
there's going to be an HIA for Borgia. There is the man. Winds it up again.
No.
Moretti made some impact off the bench already inside the first 8 minutes of the second half. Johnson throws it wider. And here come the Army.
Back man, that's fine.
Nyangi playing for the Army Sevens now, showing what he can do in the 15s format. Losing the ball in the contact will allow there maybe a little bit of relief.
You know, so happy birthday to him, and I hope he gets the result he deserves.
Both as bad as each other this side.
Looks like Gott just moving outside to inside centre to allow Rutter into that pivot. Good tackling, cover tackling from Qorowale.
Passes seem to be sticking now.
By blue.
Stu Cross calling the line out to himself and managing to get it back. Matt Dawson.
Advantage penalty from the line out.
Those dancing feet coming through. Nayalo looking for the shortest distance to mark it. Again, the call goes to the men in red. Moretti, no way through.
There's some space on this short side.
Johnson spots it. Out it goes to Nyanga. Tichard Jones rescues operations.
On the arm of the line.
Stu Cross rises high, presents the ball, the drive comes on.
Same maul.
Getting a little disturbed, but still there. Austin driving further and up over the line. Referee trying to get position and makes the call. 3 tries in 11 minutes since the break, and the Army have pushed themselves back into this game big time. Stu Cross getting the congratulations. Scenarios, but it was the line-out captain that set things up. Christian Horner maybe. Tight head is in there. Yeah, it's the tight head who's going to get the credit.
They'll be in the clubhouse wishing him the very best, and well done to him. But you're absolutely spot on. That's an entire pack effort. Pete Austin hitting the arrows, Stu Cross getting in the air, and then a really tightly packed maul to give us the 5 points.
A lovely conversion from Jack Johnson to follow, and suddenly
Tails up.
Kelly with that little dab stroke can't be taken cleanly, and it'll come back there. No, Nyangi can save some energy with that run.
From Frank, you know, you play out your own half, and the back 3 on the Navy will go nice and cool.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for the old guard lacing their boots up as one myself, but he'll be adding his experience and hopefully compose the Navy as they take on scrum.
Well, he's still working for NATO out in Naples, so I'm sure the JFC Lions out there are cheering him on. Haven't scored since before half-time.
Yeah, vital that he gets this.
Gott sends it on its way, and it hits the target. That is a very important 3 points for the senior service cause right now. Gareth Jones. Evans gets the call from his old mate Ram Makita. Always happy to do the hard yards.
Hey, let's go back clear on numbers, please.
Just looking to see, that looks like Rato Candreo also into the Army back line.
Time on.
Big play coming up this side. Chris Mills, who's the target. Gaz Evans just waiting to strike. A little help from his friends. Done cleverly. Going round the corner, they sniff another 5-pointer at least, and it would be a massive 5 points. The way that this second half has worked thus far. You're just joining us. 29-5 to the Navy at the break. And now they've got another one. And that is a big other one. I think Chester Rugby Club are celebrating right now because it's done cleverly. There he is, look at the smile on that face. The boyhood Chester Rugby Club man, and still there.
He's carried really well since he's come on. He used all that strength and power to go through. He had his mate Pasco driving him through as well. Just got it. See that white scrum out. Big white mouth guard, big smile. Just gives Navy that breathing room now.
So as Jordan Gott swings over another 2 points, let's get...
Fine! Set!
So scrum put in for the senior service. Taylor once again dictating what's going to happen, trying to get round his opposite number 2. Very different types of number 8 on view this afternoon. Their own 22.
Knock on advantage.
Johnson and Kelly looking to explore options on that far side.
It's over.
Ready Arnie Rover.
Sevens.
Goes a roving. Johnson in support. The offload isn't there though. The ricochet works for the senior service, and Duncan slams it away into enemy territory. And that is the way the game is going right now. And the celebration in the Navy ranks. Ian Evans, I'm guessing that the messages you're getting are blue tinged.
Well, they are at the moment, but I think early on in the second half we had quite a few red ones coming in. But Paddy and Buck are propping up HMS Nelson, Senior Rates mess. I think it might be getting a little bit messy there.
Time up.
Absolutely. I love a bit of a scrum half pass as well though. But only make about 2 a game. Sorry.
And this big crowd, just shy of 50,000. Celebrating that 50-22, although the line out doesn't work and they will have to go. Well, I'm saying that, here we go. Mikey McDonald 2 years ago, not quite this year for Al Clixton.
But all of us are in the fight, absolutely. Never out the fight.
And the line out works once again. Pete Austin steps up to steer them all. Advantage call is there for the Army. Clixton does the dog to try and dig it out, waits for the referee's whistle, and there's going to be a card coming, I think, here. Yep, a yellow card to one of the Navy boys, I think it's Ed Pasco. Yeah.
Number 5, yellow card, collapsing them all.
Ed pass field, and all of a sudden the Navy are down to 14, and Big Shane has scored his 3rd.
Well, the Nayalo hat-trick has rescued the cause in many ways for those in red, and now all of a sudden we're looking at these final 10 minutes wondering what we're going to get if it fails to deliver, and the standard goes up and up year on year.
He's an absolute bowling ball, isn't he? He just goes over, real strength. Love his confidence. Give me the ball, I've got this. 15 points for... Still got 10 minutes left of him.
Johnson has no problems with the extras, so we've got 10 minutes left on the clock. We've got 8 points between the two teams. That's Will, because I don't want him to lose his pocket money, but as a neutral, both eyes open, who's your money on?
The momentum keeps swinging, doesn't it? At the moment it's with the Army, but they're against...
In Kuwait, he's been on loan to the Kuwaiti Army out there. Again, that little break on the right flank for the Army just seems to have found a bit more room out there, certainly since Ben Chambers has gone. Good tackling, Dobson taking down Kelly, important tackle there. A knock forward and some blessed relief for the Navy boys. Duncan calls and gets, can't get his pass away around. Makita picks up scraps.
No!
Oh, Austin was like
Advantage is over.
about to put his paws in the cookie jar there, wasn't he?
That was clever by Lowe,
Advantage
just
is over
put
now.
his leg over it to keep it in the ruck.
Some of those Army boys stepping up on the red line very, very quickly. They're going to have to be wary of conceding penalties. It'll be a heavy contact, but he's made a stern stop. The ricochet works for the Army. Bollandau sets it up. They've got numbers to the right. Quick transference is out there. Eliana Rover.
Use it!
Just signed for Rams Rugby Club near Reading. Just see, looking out to this left-hand side, the Army have got big numbers out here. Jesse Lowe is urging some of his teammates to go on, but there's a turnover ball should they want it. They're going to go back and have a look down that left channel. Both teams. Will, what's your take?
Well, we talk about that 8-point gap, don't we? And that's where we are now. The Army
Now that this could be the final nail in the Army coffin. He's done it. They celebrate on the pitch. And now there's 10 points between these two sides. 4 minutes left. And this big crowd of just north of 46,000, 46,092 just been announced in stadium. What great support once again of this huge, huge inter-services clash. Makala Tukali inadvertently bumping into Tam Lindsay. Oh, afternoon, Sam.
Jack Wright, man of the match. No one's going to argue with you there, Sam. I suspect. There's probably, 4 minutes left?
Yeah, our two esteemed colleagues here are going to have to make that call, so they can have a conversation. Go well this afternoon, Mr. Matavesi. Big challenge at Croke Park.
Advantage offside.
Straightforward. If Vereimi Qorowale, his signature move, but actually being shifted out. They'll go back for the Army penalty though. Yeah, Rocky and Will, you'll need to think about your Babcock player of the match and come to some sort of joint decision.
Yeah, loads of people put their hand in the air with some good performances.
Oh, interception from God. Doesn't feel like he has the gas. Gets it out to Too Good. Oh, but unable to get the support there. So the Army can go again. Jack Johnson,
Yes,
up to the 22, gets the offload in, and then Eliana Rover, who is going to take the Army under the sticks, and maybe, just maybe, this game is not done yet. Johnson with the drop goal. This game was done. There looks to be another page to be written.
Well, I just had flashbacks from last year when Jordan got picked off that interception. I thought it was going to be another run-in, but he wasn't able to connect, and thankfully an amazing turnover from Owen Davis and some great thinking from Jack Johnson.
we have got Ed Pascoe back on the park. So the Navy back to full, back to 15. That comes to pass now. Here we go. Here we go. 4 points. Can the Army muster something special? Produce a bit of magic to finish off this year's Army-Navy clash? At 29-5, the Navy boys must have thought they had this match in the bag, but the Army bench has made the difference. Penalty call.
You want to compete, he's got to go.
Boller gets the call from Frank Kelly. Doesn't make much headway, but the Army into enemy territory. Bollendow once again. Assured me last year was his last year, but who knows? Kelly on the outside. Go on, Jimmy! Twickenham. Oh my goodness me, there are bodies all over the pitch. And the Army have come from a 24-point deficit. And surely now, for that,
I can't speak.
Rocky, incredible finish.
That was incredible. What strength of character. What never give up attitude. That was a phenomenal finish. Time has gone pretty much. That is belief.
It's just incredible what these service personnel can produce, and they never give in, they never say never. And Frank Kelly, who has made such a difference off the bench for that Army backline, it was who set that move up, opened the door for Qorowale. Junior Bulamaka, one of the coaches now, just urging the crowd. And there it is! It doesn't matter! 1 point, the difference. Well, what a performance, what a game. Heartache once again for the senior service, but massive credit to the team in red for coming back. It was just incredible. Rocky Clark, what was your first impression of an inter-services match?
This was fantastic. Honestly, one of my favourite gigs to commentate on. End-to-end stuff. The comeback from the Army, absolutely brilliant. I'm running out of words. So good.
And who is your Babcock player of the match?
Yeah, so we've had discussions, but I think there's one man that really stood out. He got a hat-trick today. Nayalo was phenomenal. A big physical presence, got over the gain line. He was looking for the offloads continuously. A big man and a big player for such a big game.
Well, Shane Jr., your dad's done good. He's come to the fore and made all the difference in this second half. Shane Nayalo, our Babcock player of the match, and what an absolutely incredible game it has been. The Army with the lion's share of 85 points. I'm not sure that Twickenham has ever experienced such sporting drama. Well, it's been quite breathtaking, and the Coventry man has led from the fort with that hat-trick. No question that he was the go-to man.
My God, what an amazing game. How are you feeling?
I'm tired. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me the strength, and even the boys believe that we are like, I think they want to believe in us, but we back ourselves up, and I'm proud of the boys. That's all squad effort there, not just myself. Yeah.
I mean, you were 22-0 down. You were 24 points adrift. How on earth did you bring it back to where you are now?
I think we were soaked a little bit in the first few minutes, but I don't know what happened, but I feel like we just need to, especially the senior boys, have to step up. Applies to have to do the front, and the other guys will carry on from there.
You have made this game even more exciting than it has been in the past. Yet again, we see a titanic battle between yourselves and the Royal Navy. Credit to them as well.
Yeah, credit to Royal Navy. They play with first few minutes there, but we thought from the first few tries that they are gone. But it was effort. Congrats to the boys as well, and also to the Navy. They prep well, so I have to give them the good game as well from that.
And I hear your son is here, baby Shane.
Yes.
He must be so proud.
Yeah, they didn't make it today, so hopefully my eldest is here, so I did it for her. Actually. Thank you.
Your Army Player of the Match, Senetiki Nayalo. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.